Hello, my name is Sandeep Kumar Sani and I am working as an assistant professor in Chandigarh Polytechnic College. Today our topic is pin diagram of microprocessor. In pin diagram of microprocessor, we will study the function of every pin of microprocessor 8085 and their control signals with their interrupts and, and their functions. Uh, in last lecture, we will discuss about architecture of 8085 microprocessor. First of all, I am sharing a PPT so you can easily understand uh, what is the function of each pin of microprocessor, where is the interrupt pins, and how it is work. Wait a moment, I am sharing your PPT. Our topic is pin diagram of 8085 microprocessor. Uh, our objective is to study the working of pin diagram microprocessor. This is our outlines in which we will discuss the pin diagram microprocessor, interrupt signal, control signal, and different type of buses. Our topic, and this is your pin diagram microprocessor. One by one, we will discuss each pin of your processor. First and second pin is your S1 and S2 pin. In S1 and S2 pins, 5 MHz microprocessor, 5 MHz crystal oscillator is connected with your H1 and S2 pins. Next is your reset out pin. Reset out pin is used to reset your peripheral devices. Next is SIOD pin, SOD pin, and after that SID pin. SOD and SID pin is your data communication pins in which the microprocessor can get the data from peripheral devices, or they can provide the data to your peripheral devices. SOD means serial output data. With the help of this pins, microprocessor can provide the data to your external devices. The full form of SOD is serial output data. Same as it is SID. The function of SID is to get the data from your peripheral devices in the serial form. The full form of SID is serial input data. There are 5 type of interrupts. There are 5 type of hardware interrupts which are in 8085 microprocessor, name as trap, RST 7.5, RST 6.5, 5.5, and INTR. This is your hardware pin interrupts. And with the help of these pins, the external devices can interrupt the microprocessor to perform their operations. The higher priority, the most higher priority of interrupt is trap. That is a highest priority interrupt. After that, RST 7.5, then RST 6.5, then RST 5.5. After and last least priority, that is INTR. INTR is least priority interrupt. And next is INTA, that is interrupt acknowledgement. You can apply a bar on it. This is INTA bar. If the function of INTA bar is when the microprocessor handle the interrupt, then this pin is 0. Otherwise, this pin is treat as a 1. If a microprocessor handle the interrupt, then its pin is, if its pin is 0, otherwise the value of this pin is 1. As you already know that the 1 is we consider as plus 5 volt and 0 is considered as 0 volt. Next 12 to 19 pin is AD0 to AD7 pin. These pins are multiplexed with your data pins. These pins can work as data buses as well as address buses. Next is VSS, or we can say that GND. You can write VSS is also write as GND. That is your ground pin. And this is your VCC pin. 5 volt voltage applied to VCC and VSS. On apply 20, that is we apply a ground, and for apply 40 on 40 pin, we apply plus 5 volt. Pin number 21 to pin number 28, that are your address buses, that is ADA to AD15, that is unidirectional buses. We have three type of buses in microprocessor, that is address buses, data buses, and control buses. The function of address buses is to provide the address to your peripheral devices or your hard disk. Each device have their unique address, so microprocessor can handle it. Data buses is bidirectional, so microprocessor can data from external devices as well as it can provide the data to your peripheral devices. Next is your S0 and S1, that is your control signals pin. With the combination of S0 and S1, we can study that the microprocessor perform the operation of reading, writing, fetching, which operation we are performing. Next is WR bar, that is your write bar operation. With the help of this pin, we can understand that microprocessor perform which operation. If the value of this pin is 0, then the microprocessor can perform the write operation to your devices, or if the value of this pin is 1, that means microprocessor not not performing the write operation. After that, next is the pin number 31. Pin number 31 is RD pin, RD bar pin. RD bar pin means that is your read bar pin. The function of this pin is, if the value of 31 pin is 0, that means microprocessor can perform the function of reading their peripheral devices. If the value of this pin is 1, then it can perform the write operations. Next is VPP pin. This is your control pin. After that, we can already discuss 29 pin and 31 pin, that is your control signals pin. After that, net is 34 pin, pin number 34, that is input output / memory bar pin. This pin we apply, this pin show the operation which the microprocessor performed with which devices. If the microprocessor performed with input output devices, then the value of this pin is 1. If the value of this pin is 0, then microprocessor perform the operation with your memory devices. Next is ready pin. The speed of microprocessor is much larger than your peripheral devices, so microprocessor can provide the signal, first provide the signal to your peripheral devices, that is ready. After that, they can exchange their data or they can provide any informations. Next is reset in. If we want to reset the microprocessor, then we can apply 0 signal to 36 pin. So with the help of this pins, microprocessor can reset. Pin number 37. The function of pin number 37 is clock out pin. The clock output pin is provided to your peripheral devices. So all your peripheral devices are performed on same clock signals. With the help of this clock signals, all ICs are sent. Due to that, each operation perform on same time. Next is your hold pin and held pin. 29 pin is your hold pin and 28 pin is your held pin. The function of hold held is, this is your DMA control pins. The function of DMA control is to transfer the large number of data. This is your peripheral devices, that is DMA. If the DMA if you want to transfer data, suppose you want to transfer movie from pen drive to your PC, then you provide the signal to DMA controller. A DMA controller provides the request to your microprocessor that apply a signal to hold. If the data bus and address bus at particular time is free, then the microprocessor 8085 provide the positive acknowledgement signal, that is your held. After getting the signal of held, The control of address buses and data buses are provided to your DMA controller. With the help of DMA controller, the data can transfer from your pen drive to your PC or vice versa. Or you can say that you want to transfer from data to PC to your pen drive. With the help of DMA controller, this operation is performed. Next pin is your 40 pin. 40 pin is a plus 5 volt DC supply which we are providing on your 40 pin and VSS pin. This is your pin diagram. With the help of this diagram, we can understand the function of each pin. Next is your buses. In microprocessor 805, there are 8-bit microprocessor 805, and there are 3 type of buses, just like address buses, data buses, and control bus. And on 40 pins, we are providing a plus 5 volt VCC. This is your flag registers. As we already discussed in architecture, we have the 5 type of flags. We have 6 type of flags. That's first is signal flag, zero flag, next is auxiliary flag, after that parity flag, then carry flag, at last overflow flag. The function of signal flag is it provides the information the resultant is positive or negative. If the value of 0, then it provides that the resultant of operation is positive. The value of this pin is 1, then that show that the resultant is negative. Suppose if we want to subtract from 3 to minus 5, so resultant is minus 2. So this time the value of signal flag is 1. Next is zero flag. The zero flag is if the resultant of operation is 0. Suppose we want to subtract 3 minus 3, the resultant is 0. At that time, the signal flag is high. Next is auxiliary flag. If the carry is generated from D3 to D4, at that time, the auxiliary, that time the carry flag is high. This carry is high. Next is parity flag. Parity flag depends upon your configuration which you are using. Suppose we are using even parity. If the number of ones are odd, then parity flag is 1. If the number of ones are even, then parity flag is 0. After that, carry flag. Carry flag, if the carry is generated in your operation, then the carry flag is 1. Otherwise, carry flag is 0. At last, the last flag is overflow flag. In overflow flag, if your answer is more than your storage address, then the this flag is 1. Suppose you want to store 16-bit data in 8-bit register. At that time, the overflow flag is high. So, with the help of flag register, we can understand or study the output of your operation. This is your control signals, as we discussed in your pin diagram, that is S0 and S1, when an input output slash memory bar. When the value of input output slash memory bar S1 and S2 is 0, 1, 1, that opcode fetch operation is performed. After that, if the value is 0, 1, 0, then memory read operation performed. If the value is 0, 0, 1, then memory write operation is performed. If the value is 1, 1, 0, then input output read operation is performed. If the value of 1, 1, 0, 1, then input write operation is performed. If the value is 1, 1, 1, then input interrupt acknowledgement is termed. Or we can say that the microprocessor handles the interrupt. As you see in this pin, that is input output slash memory bar, with the help of this pin, we can understand the microprocessor can handle which type of operation. This is your bar. Bar means that this is your active low part. Active low means if the value is 0, that means microprocessor perform the function with your memory devices. If this is input output does not have a bar, So this is your active high pin. If the value of 1, then it perform the operation with your input output devices. And next is your interrupt signals. There are different type of interrupt as we already discussed in your Venn diagram, that is your INTR, RST 5.5, RST 6.5, 7.5 trap. This is your interrupt signal, and the higher priority interrupt is that is your trap, and lowest priority interrupt is your INTR. INTA bar is your interrupt acknowledgement. With the help of this pin, uh, with the help of this pin, we can understand that microprocessor handle the interrupt. This is your interrupt signals: trap, RST 5.5, 6.5, 7.5, and INTR. Outcome of this PPT. Outcome of this PPT is you can easily understand the pin diagram of microprocessor. You can easily understand the coding part of your coding assembly language. Or this is your outcome of your PPTs. You can easily perform your function of peripheral devices with your microprocessor, and you can understand the each pin functions of 8085 microprocessor and their control signals. FNQ. The most common questions comes in your final exam, that is draw and explain the block diagram of 8085 microprocessor, and next is explain the working of 8085 microprocessor, architecture of 8085 microprocessor. This is your references. Thank you. If any student have any doubt regarding any topic, you can call me, message me, or WhatsApp me according to your convenience. Thank you.